Welcome to today's collective reading. This is Trinity Gaia Consciousness. My name is Sally. We're going to open with some sound resonance here, inviting you to take a deep breath in, pause, and a long exhale. Oh, I just feel so calm after doing that. Setting the intention for this space to be for you. This is you time. Time for you to connect with your higher self, your future self, your spirit team, divine source, the universe. For those synchronicities to come through for you, whether they are familiar and you know exactly what they mean the moment you hear them, little wink that's very familiar to you, and it just really reassures you that you are right where you're supposed to be. Or it's a new synchronicity, some little piece that just really jumps out at you and you maybe don't know why right now. But when it comes around again, you'll connect the dots and you'll just be like, light bulb! I know now. And that ripple effect out from you, even just in that awareness. The energy that you bring to the interaction, the space, your presence, has a ripple effect. All right, where do we want to begin for today's collective here? Okay, well, we're going to start here. I typically open with the magic card deck, but here we are. This it's worthy of having an intro. This particular deck, it's kind of like that higher balance, the path, higher self. I mean, really, I'm just going to say, it's like the divine intervention deck. It's like authority. It's speaking over it. Yeah. So let's see here. What do we have coming through for you guys today? What does this divine intervention deck, what does this divine authority deck want to share with you? Ooh. Okay, you've got a lot of energies that are pulling and tugging on your path. Oh, okay. All right. Someone wants to alter your path. And they think if they, hop, skip, jump just a certain way while rubbing their tummy and chewing gum and patting their head just so and, whatever, that somehow they will be able to make that happen. And I say that with the sarcasm because why would that somehow trump the creator? Why would that somehow do it? What it could do only would be demonstrate the willingness you have to achieve what you desire. But if that's not in alignment with the divine's plan, it ain't gonna happen. So these individuals, these energies, it could be even from another dimension trying to influence your path, your experience here. Possibly many parties. I know that sounds intimidating, but I mean, clearly your path is not meant to be messed with at this point. So it's like, yes, there is some stuff and you may feel it, but you have no reason to fear it, no reason to entertain it, to give it your time, your attention. Okay. Is there anything else you would like the collective to know here that's tuning in? Do it once through, and I feel I'm going to have to pick it up again later in the reading. Okay, I'm getting top, bottom. Okay, your prayers have been heard. Your prayers have been heard. You may have had moments of such heartbreak or like really frustration. I know people that when they get mad, they cry. And because they're crying, they're even more mad because the last thing they want to do is have tears coming down their face. But you are feeling something so intensely. That in a way is prayer. Something felt very out of balance, wrong, unjust. And instead of necessarily raging at the world, you went within. You knew you were heard. You knew that you weren't alone in experiencing this because you're aware that you don't walk alone. Okay? You may feel like you're an earth angel, that the path you've had to walk has been difficult. It's been downright uncomfortable and frustrating at times. And many didn't think that you would walk it, but you persevered, and you are still persevering. Your prayer has been heard. Okay, well, that's powerful. Oh, I'm getting number synchronicity. Look for the number synchronicity. Getting 5s and 7s. So the 5 is like confirmation that your message, your prayer was received. The 7 is there's a divine answer coming. You'll feel it in your energy first through the primary 7 chakras as it kind of anchors more and more fully into your physical reality until you see it, you can touch it. It's that tangible to you that the answer you were heard. And heard is beyond sound, it's resonance, which is felt. I'm getting the image of a father helping his newborn who won't stop crying calm with the sound of a sound bowl, singing bowl. That level of calm, you'll feel it throughout your whole body, just calm. And that's beyond the physical. So that's energetic, that's emotional. There's not words for that, but if you've ever experienced it, you understand. Okay, so apparently we were moving into this deck. Whatever one my hand lands on, that's where we're going next. Now, what's really standing out with these cards is that they have that balance, the middle path, the understanding of both sides. In order for one side of the yin yang to understand the other side, they have to have a piece within them that is of the other polarity. Getting like cosmic battery, tension, challenge, charging, working up power, energy. Doing some research into the I Ching might be something that could open up new understanding because it's a book of symbols and it's all like around yin yang, and I think like Morse code was somewhatly based on it. It's a very old technology that is, I think they've even found binary in it. It's pretty fascinating stuff, really. Okay, so what does the collective need to know here about, I imagine what you opened with here. Like, there may be individuals working towards you, but not to focus there. Give your focus to the concept that, yeah, your message, your prayer has been heard. Your path that you chose in love. Not necessarily romance. Like what's highlighting here for me with this Two of Cups is you chose to walk this path out of love of self, but of love of another. And that another can be the divine. That another could be the divine that exists within another person, another individual. And you maybe don't know this person. You may be manifesting them. And if you're here and this reading is resonating, it's highly likely that that person's manifesting you too. Okay, so we have Three of Pentacles. Why am I? No, that's Three of Wands. Oh, I just realized that from the last reading. That's interesting. Okay, guys. My last reading, I read a Seven of Pentacles as a Seven of Wands. Oops. But I don't believe in mistakes. I read it that way for a reason. For that to come out here. Seven of Pentacles, watching, observing. There are many paths that could have been chosen. But you chose the one that spoke to your heart the most. But you grounded in the physical with the Pentacle, the Seven of Pentacles. You made strategic decisions as well as they did along the way. That very logical mind cutting anything out that did not give to reaching that goal. Being ready to at the opportune time when the signal, the sign, the synchronicity came. You focused those efforts within. You kept what needed to be done to yourself. You didn't share it with others. You protected it. That protection was also reinforced. That was part of the answer of the prayer. You've been walking hand in hand with this intensity, the divine, the whole way. Your higher self, future self. Okay. So yes, there is someone that's walking this path with you. And yeah, it may be inspired from a heart space, but that is not to the absence of the mind, to the logic, to the physical. Okay, what else do we need to know here? Okay, upright and then face down. So, is it time? Is it not time to share this? Ha 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 ha. Four of Wands. The foundation within is solid. You'll know the right time to share this, which, yet again, it makes sense for the last reading. I highly recommend you guys check that one out. I believe I'm going to title it something like, what's this? Oh, my goodness. The specifics have been eluding me. Oh my goodness. It'll be the one that was like literally posted just before this one. And it's about that broken heart. Okay, because that came out in that reading too. Okay, so the silence is, you'll know when it's time to share it. It's not looking for the perfect time, the optimal time, everything to be just, no. You'll know it in the emotions. You'll know it's time to share when, you would think it would be like when the emotions are so intense, you know that it's the right time. I don't know about you, but when I'm super emotional and I'm looking to share something that I haven't shared with anybody because the last time I shared it, I learned that was something I never talk about. That was the wound that came out in the last reading. The time will be when you have that emotion. It's intense. Yes. Take a deep breath, pause, and slowly exhale. Do that a couple of times. And then talk about it. Then open. Then begin the conversation to share. Because this heartbreak within you, you're not the only one feeling it. It's not acceptable to you for this to be something that remains as is. And it's about that foundation within you being solid. It's like two best friends that have a crush on each other. Like, we've all known two people like this. Like, everybody could see how into one another they are, but they're so, like, locked in wanting that person to remain, to stay there, to not lose the friendship, to not lose the connection, because, oh boy, this is multi-layered for the what's to be shared and talked about, just as what came out in the last reading, but what is being highlighted in this moment with this Two of Pentacles, these two individuals have feelings. They like each other. What's being shared here is, hey, I like you. Do you like me too? I have feelings that are strong for you. Do you have feelings that are strong for me? And it's not necessarily those words. You know that in asking a question that that's going to be communicated very clearly. However, just like with the yin yang, one side actually needs to hear it. And the other side actually they need the answer to the specific question. So, yeah, I understand why there's some energy around this, which, all right. I know I've said this in other readings, and those of you that have followed me, especially if you've just watched the previous reading, oh, I may put hey, if you're watching this reading, you might want to go watch the one just posted, like right at the beginning. But I don't want to repeat too many of these synchronicities here, or too many of the messages, because this is separate for a reason. In that previous reading, it did not touch on this level of communication coming forward. This is about that collective within that collective, like a sub-collective. And some of you, like, it may resonate. Both of them may resonate. Okay, how do we reframe this anxiety into anticipation? Excuse me, is there a way for us to, I don't know, reframe how we approach this for the collective? Is there a way that the collective can do that? I had my tummy gurgle there, that's why I apologize. That may be like personal power confirmation of that. Ooh, okay, that one came out upright. Oh, okay. You wanted me to flip it over right here onto. Okay, all right. Okay, there's going to be a fourth one here. All right. So you already know that this is like an offer of very clearly with this icon, but this is about changing how we approach this anxiety and turning it into an anticipation. So what you don't see with this coming out face down with that upright, you already know that this is an offer. It's like a trophy. It's the golden cup. So it's an active acting toward the giving. It's a choice. Here we go. Okay, so this makes perfect sense to me. I'm going to read this to you guys, though, because the words matter. This is what you don't see. So this is advice. This is a way of thinking about it. And know that as you're aware of this, they likely are too. You each have different strengths and declares. It's part of why you complement one another so well. Okay? Turn down the volume. Diminish the power of negative thoughts by adjusting their volume. When a critical voice rises in your mind, turn its volume down like a dial. Make it sound like a cartoon character. or even replace it with silly music. Notice how the emotional intensity fades with a shifting soundscape. You are just a cutie. Yeah. He likes that it's summer and he wants to go outside and he wants to play. But we were already outside today. You probably want some food too, huh? He's got a favorite treat and I've been spoiling it with him lately. It's like it's all he wants now. He's a cutie. So the intensity of the emotion that may be felt through the clairs, through the connection that the two of you have, because you've been manifesting one another. The emotion and your emotion, their emotion and your emotion may be an intensity that's overwhelming. That's where the anxiety is. That it might like fry their circuits. They may not be used to that level of or that much emotion. And having that ability to dial it down, to tune it down. It's not just like the negative here. It may be being met with your anxiety because you realize what's happening and they're like, oh my God, she's going to reject me or he's not taking this well, and they just stop talking. When really what you're experiencing maybe is a negative, but they don't know that. If you really are feeling one another's emotions and it's amplified, you're feeling both, then the nervous system does not know the difference between anticipation and anxiety. Now, imagine your level of anticipation because you're embracing it. You're looking forward to it. You're not wanting to instinctually taper it down a little bit. But if they're experiencing that as anxiety that is like a runaway train, they're probably going, oh my God, this is not good. Because they may be in the anxiety and they read yours as anxiety as well. So with that in mind, that dial, turning down the intensity of that anticipation you may experience when you realize that they are saying, I have feelings for you. And in this dynamic, in this situation, there is the intention to do something about that or it would be spoken. It's very clear. It's very clear that this is not a typical situation for this individual. You matter. Period. For the individual who is approaching someone, this other individual, if you can, in that moment where you're feeling your anxiety, have just that question like, am I sure that what they're feeling isn't anticipation? Because my nervous system can't tell the difference. Just have that moment where you're like, I don't really know that. And the only way I really will know that is if I ask. As if I ask the question and I hear their tone of voice, I see their body language, I sense the energy that is like the accents to the anxiety or anticipation. They give a clue, they give a tip off as to which side. So there's two pieces of advice there. One is question whether or not what you're feeling is anticipation or anxiety coming through. Just that little bit of like, I don't really know for sure can allow you to breathe a little bit better. If you could breathe, then you can form a word. You need to have air going through them vocal cords to make a sound because you're anchoring this. That's where you are. The other aspect then is, or the other piece of advice there then would be to look to the other energetic accents around it. Focus there. You may be very aware of the intensity or the presence of the anxiety / anticipation. right? Question mark. The subtle caveats are going to give you the tells as to which side. And at that point, they're probably going to be giving you the answer verbally. So you won't have doubt anymore. You will have their truth. So this process, like very clearly from how I am feeling this energy, that is the situation here for this collective. You have been and will be having this tug of war within yourself about whether or not they're experiencing anxiety or anticipation. I'm telling you, it's anticipation. Let that be one more thing that helps you to breathe a little bit better, okay? One more thing. Now we're going to read this well-formed outcomes. Look at those skyscrapers, like reaching. A lot of golden light, growth, ferns in the background. Well-formed outcomes. Unclear goals create hesitation, while a well-formed outcome is sensory-rich, positively stated, achievable, and measurable. Ask yourself, what exactly do I want? And how will I know when I've achieved it? The clearer your target, the stronger your drive to reach it. So I'm thinking what's highlighted here is clarity of words. What is it that you really want to know? Because if you have all of this buildup and your question was not direct enough to really give you that answer you need so you don't have to do this again. So maybe repeat the question clearly to yourself. Do you have deep feelings for me? Because I do for you. That is right there. Like that's just even asking that question implies that you do. But in saying it, you're owning it. You're owning it. And you deserve to give that to yourself. It's not about their answer in this moment. Right now, you're standing up for yourself, your truth, what you feel. And yeah, nobody alive, I think, is ever going to approach something like this and not have some like, oh my gosh, kind of like taking that chance is going to be, all right, we're going to do this. But like that but is there, of course, the B-U-T. That but is there. By owning that you do have deep feelings. And that's why you're asking if they do. You're owning your truth. You're honoring yourself. If that's not something with everything here that you can really kind of like get yourself to the point where you can ask if they have deep feelings, that's perfectly understandable. And more than likely, this person knows that you're not asking that question lightly. We are all unique. We are all unique. But I do invite you, like, especially like once they're like, yeah, I do. I mean, sometimes, and I can only speak from the feminine perspective, we think that we are being very clear with you that you're in your own standard with us. That we clearly have feelings for you that we don't have for anybody else because we don't treat anybody else this way. We don't talk to anybody else like this. We don't move with anyone else like we do when we're, interacting with you. Like you're moving from like a friend state where you both are best friends and moving beyond that. I see why there's that example is really highlighted here. We think we're clear, but I've had a few male friends in my life, and they're like, "No, we don't do subtle. We need you to be literal." and and I'm going, but logic, like connect things. How does this not glaringly stare at you? And they're just like, we don't think like that. We just don't think like that. And respecting that difference is something that it's not an advantage or a disadvantage. It is what you make it. If you can take this yin yang and appreciate the other side and the strengths and how you complement one another's strengths and weakness. Like if we're going to say the little dot is the weakness, like I don't like using those words. I don't. But it is something that has been said to me. Like maybe you're really good with money. Maybe they're not. So you're really good with money. Cool. Maybe they're really, really, really good with cooking. You're not. Well then, hey, they get to make me delicious meals and they get to spend time in the kitchen with the kids baking cookies and, maybe they could teach you and the two of you could like cook together and have those memories. And maybe some like, oh my gosh, do you remember that time that cake burnt? And it was just, memories. Memories. So that balance is present there. And appreciating what those differences are in thinking and communicating and expressing. And I am using male female in this example because we can all pretty much relate in some way. We know someone who we're close to who is either male or female, and we're like, yeah, they think differently than me if you're of the opposite gender. But it's also speaking to the dominant energy that you're in and that they're in. It's not necessarily about your gender or how you identify as a predominant energy in a relationship regardless of gender. It's a very grounded example to begin from because we can all kind of go, okay, I remember that, yep, and that connects with that, cool, but maybe this person is of the opposite, gender, but they're really embodying the same energy. Okay, so now that I'm thinking about it from that perspective, I can add that information and I can value that contrast, that uniqueness within them. That's cool. That's cool. So you're valuing one another's differences and seeing them as strengths instead of weaknesses. Nurturing one another to grow. All right, and this was meant to come out because like I just, so this was very poignant. This needed to be here. And for some reason, these are standing out to me as pencils. Oh my gosh, what? Like a game. Okay, they're not just, oh, they are supposed to be. Okay, you're creating. Okay, so this is about your ideal. It's about your ideal. So have in your mind this image of how everything's going to go. How, like the whole vision, the whole dream, all of it. And now you get to actually co-create it because now you get to know. Ooh, that's yet again choosing to be excited about that. Okay, so interrupting patterns, which is why this little guy, oh my goodness. Every habit is a loop. Trigger, action, reward. Using pattern interrupts, you can break this cycle by introducing small, intentional disruptions. Oh my, like that burp. I don't know if you guys heard. Small, intentional disruptions to any habit you want to change. Over time, these interruptions become part of the pattern, creating lasting transformation. Ooh, this is really powerful. Really powerful, because this image that you maybe have in mind is every time you're about to talk, every time you're about to open up, every time you're about to break that silence and share yourself. Your pattern is to shut down, maybe. So by creating interrupts, things that you know will distract you, oh man, like maybe like a rubber. Okay, this is interesting. This works for smokers, by the way. I think you all probably have encountered someone, and if not, here it's kind of a go-to. I don't know why I want to say cliche. It's just whatever. I think you know what I mean. It's probably not the right word for it. But anytime you're thinking when you're trying to quit smoking, you would take that rubber band and you would snap yourself. You would pull it off your wrist and let it snap back onto your wrist. And that would interrupt your thought process, re-anchoring you in this moment here and now, and just kind of like jar your nervous system back into, oh, okay, so we're not going to Pluto with our fear, meaning, I used that phrase before I knew what that really meant. So this is how I've always used it. I just learned that it was possibly, something more. But it's just way out there, just like a runaway train kind of a deal. But it's already way, way out there. Like the cat has been out of the bag. So when you snap that, it puts the cat back in the bag. It puts the train back at the station. It brings you back to Earth. So you're able to rein in that runaway, image of how things would be. It's the image that has kept you silent. The vision that you envision of how it would play out that has kept you silent. So yeah, rubber band, snap, wrist. Yeah, that is 100% what is coming through here. That's the advice, guys. Anytime you're starting to work yourself up to do this and you're, oh no, I'm off to Pluto, snap your wrist. Anchor yourself back in the now. And over time, you will find yourself going, oh, okay, when I start to think about sharing this, I don't need to go to Pluto. You've trained your nervous system to remain grounded here. Now, giving yourself control back over what you actually create, effectively transmuting it, changing it because you want it to empower you instead of disempower you. Living life on autopilot and settling, just no. Like even the way I say it, just no. And if you're drawn to this reading, it's a no for you too. You're not down with settling, autopilot, let everybody else choose for you because that's gone so well. This is something you want. And it's something you want. Notice that it's not them. It's something you want. So give yourself the opportunity to have it. You can have all of these reasons and ways to work with it, to move forward, to know that you can do this and it be okay. And there's so many reassurances here that this is anticipation you're feeling. This is a good thing. This is going to be a very good thing. So go for it. And really, honestly, let's go there. What is the worst case scenario? Okay, take a deep breath, snap that rubber band, or, I don't know, snack your wrist a little, I don't know. Like, play it with your finger. You don't have a rubber band, whatever it may be. What is the worst that could happen? You know that you could stand up for yourself. You know that you're in control, even if it really is anxiety they're feeling, and it's not anticipation. I highly doubt that, but you are championing yourself here. You are reclaiming your power. You are giving yourself a voice that has been silenced. Like, that's the worst case scenario. And I'm still focusing on the glass half full, because why the heck not? And don't get me wrong, like, if it ends up being anxiety and, you know, then maybe you're giving them the gift of changing it from anxiety to anticipation by owning how you feel. Maybe you're saving them from anxiety and gifting them anticipation. How awesome is that? Because it's clear you both care a lot about one another. Very clearly. Like, I know early in it was like you two maybe don't know each other, but you've been manifesting each other. You guys know each other. This is what's going on. What it is what you are manifesting is manifesting you. So, all right. I said that this will be the last card that I pull here. This deck did very clearly say I want to be. I'm going to need to be pulled again later in. So let me get this Magic Divine Authority card here for the collective that wants to come out. Very clearly wanted to put those 2 cents in again. And, you know, for that level of authority, that's the prerogative. Oh, okay. Interesting. Okay, we're going to do a different kind of one, maybe not at the greatest spot to come out. Woo! Okay, if you were experiencing what felt like an amplification of the anxiety, that was something that was placed or desired by these interested parties that came out fairly early in the reading. This card landed inverted, meaning it's no longer on you. It's gone back to them. They can't do a thing, okay? It didn't stick to you. It's got to go somewhere. Now, whether that's multiplied, whether there's some kind of intervention, that's between them and Source, but it's not on you. And they can't affect this. They can't. No, it's done. It's done. It doesn't stick to you. You're like a duck. It just rolls right off you. Like, it can't stick. I'm hearing, get that dirt off your shoulder. Like, it's just not a thing. To you. I have like the hands going, it's just not a thing to you. I mean, clearly I'm doing that by my own shoulders, but I'm not able to capture that on camera. And there's a card at the bottom here where you gain wings. So it's like you got Red Bull. You got Red Bull. You know, you got wings. But I'm hearing like, it gives you wings, or it gives you wings, like that kind of part of the commercial. The icon of Red Bull, something that's really fascinating that's standing out to me, it was from like the Olympics. It was on someone's jersey. I think they were a skier. Was the sun, the happiness, that stubborn movement towards happiness. That, you know, it's like the Red Bull is seeing red, like they're going for it. That's that stubbornness. You know what you want. You want happiness, and you see this as happiness. If you have that opportunity, I mean, why settle when you can have that opportunity? Go for it. And then take every bit of advice that you possibly can, and maybe not all just from here. You know, maybe there's some advice somewhere else you've already encountered, and there's some like reinforcement here. And there's like, as I said, like a subtle note to the energy that you got from whatever is reinforcing a synchronicity here that wasn't present here. Like, do what you need to do. I am very excited for you. I am very excited for you. Mainly because you're choosing to give yourself voice and set yourself free from feeling like this enforced silence controls you. That the runaway train that sends you to Pluto is just always going to get your goat. Like, no, I am excited that you're setting yourself free from this. I'm excited about that. This is all just like the reward. It's like, this is the cake. This is the icing. Okay? Like, definitely awesome. But ooh, and it's like buttercream, so it's not like too sweet. It's just, oh, frosting. Okay. I don't know. I might label it that too because it's a little bit of humor to it. Either way, thank you very much for being here with me in this reading. It was a lot of fun doing this reading. Thank you. It's very good energy. Like, I can't stop smiling, to be honest with you. This is awesome. So, anticipation. Definitely anticipation, guys. The divine, the love within me sees and honors the divine, the love within you. Namaste.